I appreciate you joining me. We'll get you in and out pretty quick.
Okay.
We'll just count it down. Three, two, one. Welcome to the berry-tramel Show. We got a very special guest, Army Coach Jeff Monken, who over the last decade and a half has revitalized Black Knight football. His cadets come to town on Saturday, Army at Tulsa. And Jeff, welcome to the show. Welcome to Oklahoma, and tell us what do you like about this Army football team? The Black Knights are 4-0 and playing really well.
Well, our guys play hard. They play tough. They're a physical team. They play together, and they're a really good practice unit. Those guys go out and work every day. And just have a have a very grounded mindset, which I appreciate, and get good senior leadership, and that's helping.
What have you done? What's been the secret ingredient to get Army football back to where you've gotten it? Done an excellent job over these times. You're now the second winningest coach in Army history behind Red Blake. What's been the key to revitalizing Army football?
The players have really dedicated themselves to building a winning program, and I think there's a healthy culture in our team and in our program. The guys are very unselfish and they care about team success. They're willing to work. We're certainly, I will never tout us as being the most talented team and, have a bunch of, highly rated prospects. We get guys that we think fit our program and fit our schemes, and then we develop them. And our assistant coaches have done a really good job. Our strength coaches have done a really good job. And the academy administration has been extremely supportive, just in helping us put the things in place from an institutional standpoint that support having a championship football program without compromising the mission of our academy. So there's been a lot of people that have contributed and helped build it, and certainly, we haven't been perfect. There's a lot of things we need to improve on and get better at, and we work at those things every day. But uh, you don't win, you don't have success without players, and that's where it starts. So our guys that have been in this program, that uh, the ones that got it turned, and the guys that have continued to help this program succeed, they get the credit.
A year ago, I had Brian Newberry, the Navy coach, on my show. Of course, Brian's an Oklahoman. Brian just raved about his job. Said he's got one of the best jobs in America. And in this maddening world of college football changing really by the week, what are the advantages of coaching at a place like Army, where things like NIL and the transfer portal, to whatever degree they affect you, it's not nearly the way it would at other schools around the country.
Well, we don't have much effect from NIL or the portal. Our guys have always been eligible to go into the portal. They've always been able to transfer, so that hasn't changed. But we don't have a roster replacement mechanism like the rest of the college football world right now with the transfer portal. So it's really become pretty maddening, I think, for coaches to have to deal with that. And we don't have to, which is nice. I mean, everybody's got their own set of issues that they got to deal with. We got challenges here. Everybody else has challenges at their respective institutions and in their programs, and we deal with the challenges that we have. But what I'm not challenged with is guys that um, have spent the majority of their career in a different program, and they walk through the doors here, and we've got to teach them our scheme and try to get them to become part of our culture and buy into that. Our guys grow up in the program, and when they get here after playing their high school career, they're still, I think, we're able to influence them and motivate them and I guess transform them into an Army football player and become part of our culture and believe in the things that we do and share those values. And so when a guy grows up in our program and he's playing as a junior and a senior, we feel pretty good about that player and who he is and his commitment level to everybody else. And that certainly doesn't mean that doesn't happen at other places. There are a lot of coaches doing a wonderful job with their program and building positive winning cultures. But it's certainly challenging when the roster changes and you lose key players, you lose key leaders, guys that have developed in the program that end up leaving and go to another school. I think that's got to be a real particular challenge for other coaches.
When a coach has been as successful as you have been at West Point, all kinds of people come after him. That's the way college football works. What has made you want to stay in West Point and continue to coach Army?
This is a great job. This is a very unique job, and I think when you're at a place where the institution embraces your style as a coach, and you feel personally like it's a good fit, I feel like Army's a really good fit for me. The philosophy I have as a coach, the style with which I coach, I don't mean schematically. I just mean values and beliefs and philosophies align with the institution. And I feel like that's the case here. And hopefully they feel the same about me. And so it's been a good marriage. And I've really enjoyed being the coach here. And I hope they'll keep me around here for a long time.
Well, let's talk some schematics. Of course, Army and all the academies have continued to make a great work of the option. But before the 2023 season, you decided to make a change. You went away from the under center, triple option, went to some shotgun option, more spread offense, those kinds of things. But you've migrated back. What we know that the blocking rules, really limiting the perimeter blocking, was going to make it hard on the triple option for Army. That led you to go with the shotgun format. But what led you to go back to the more traditional triple option that Army has kept alive in college football?
I haven't gone through the season a year ago, and there were times we played really well, and there were times that we played very poorly. But I never felt like what we were doing fit us, fit the guys that we had in the program, the guys that we can recruit into this program. And I think it's important to play complementary football. And our best defense here is controlling the clock and limiting possessions for the other team. And in my tenure here at West Point, so this is my 11th season, but in the 10 years leading up to this season, we've played the fewest number of defensive snaps in the country by hundreds of snaps, not by a few or a dozen, by hundreds. So that complements who we are, because other teams have very talented players at skill positions on offense, and the fewer number of times we have to go out there and put our defense out in front of guys that run 10-5 and 100-meter and can, beat you on post routes and turn the corner and have a chance to go the distance for a touchdown. Fewer times we can do that, the better. So running the offense that we do, and being under center, we are much more methodical about the way we approach an offensive drive. And we bleed clock, and we run a lot of plays on a drive as long as we don't screw it up. We don't have a foolish penalty or miss blocks and have negative yardage plays that put us behind the sticks. And if we can just methodically move the ball down the field, then we're going to eat up clock and we're going to limit possessions of the other team. And I just feel like it's much easier for us to do that with the system that we have in place right now. And last year, And I wanted it to work because it, it, it really, for a number of things, it eliminated the need for so many blocks below the waist, not just on a perimeter, but in the box as well. Um, Scouting other teams, kind of seeing their defensive structure. It fit more to what we were doing last year. It was more predictable what we were going to see. But frankly, we weren't different enough. And here we need to be different. And so this offense that we're running again this year, it does that. It accomplishes that. It makes us different.
We've seen the academies. Your mentor, Paul Johnson at Georgia Tech, had great success running the triple option, but we don't see it much anymore anywhere. Can it still work at a variety of schools, or are the academies sort of uniquely built to make this work and nobody else is?
Oh, I don't know why an offense would work at the academy, but it wouldn't work somewhere else. Paul Johnson proved that. I mean, he won as many games at that school as, I don't know, he might be second behind Bobby Dodd. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach, and everybody said that they'd catch up to Paul Johnson, and then he won an ACC championship, and it will work anywhere. It's just the commitment to doing it, and it's not. People don't think it's, I guess, fun to watch or sexy or I don't know what's more appealing than winning. And if this system helps us win, it would help another school win. I don't know why another school wouldn't want to do it, but there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. And there are other great offenses and very different offenses. You look in just in major conferences and the difference in philosophies, and teams are winning running the football, playing smash mouth, and in the same league, there's teams running the air raid and they're winning too. So I think this is a great offense. It's a great offense for us. Whether it's for somebody else or not, I don't know. But I know the most appealing stat is winning. So if that helps us do that, then I think it's the right offense for us.
Well, let's ask a question for you, Paul. Jeff.
I'm honored.
Well, I got him so eat up with the option that I can't keep my coaches straight.
Well, that's a great. Let me tell you what, that Paul Johnson is a great football coach. He is a remarkable football coach. One of the smartest guys I've ever been around. Tremendous play caller. You see guys standing on the sideline and they got these sheets up and they're reading off the sheets, and he never had a game plan or anything like that. He knew what he wanted to do, and he would watch and see how the defense was responding to the things that we were presenting, and he'd call plays based on that. And he was just incredible. And you asked about other schools running this. Paul got the same questions all the time, but what gives a team an edge? It's either being better or being different. And sometimes you got to be different in order to be better. And I don't know why with better players, the best players that college football, the teams that had the best football players, if they ran this offense and they were physically superior and different, I think this offense would be unstoppable. And I think, Paul proved that. He did a great job with that.
You mentioned the best stat is winning, but in some ways, the highlight of Army football in the last decade, what elevated you in the national profile the most was a couple of games you lost at Michigan and particularly at Oklahoma when you took the 2018 Sooners to overtime in a most remarkable game. I think Oklahoma ran, it was either 28 plays or 33, whatever it was. I mean, you just held the ball the whole game. What do you remember about that night in Norman and taking that Kyler Murray team to overtime, a team that made the college football playoff, and Army came within a whisker of winning?
Certainly, I remember how disappointed we all were. We played really hard and really tough, and we had some opportunities. that we let pass us by during the regulation period, and that was disappointing. But I remember some great plays. Certainly the the goal line stand that our defense had down there, and it kept them out of the end zone and forced the overtime. I remember Kyler Murray turning the corner on us and going down our sideline, and I think there was smoke coming off of his shoes. He what an incredible athlete and player. But it was just a great opportunity for our guys to be able to square off against one of the most talented teams, well-coached teams, one of the best programs in the country, and I'm certainly proud of the effort of our guys, and they battled all the way to the end. But when you play a game, you want to win, and certainly we came that close to beating Oklahoma. We were disappointed that we lost, but very gracious fans. They were very complimentary to us following the game. The fans. I know they were cheering for Oklahoma, but as we came down for our alma mater, there were lots of Oklahoma fans on their feet. They were cheering and clapping for our players, which was very gracious on their part. And then we got a visit from Toby Keith in the locker room after the game, which was pretty awesome to meet that guy. So huge Oklahoma fan. He's an Oklahoma native, as you know, and it was pretty neat for him to come in the locker room and acknowledge our team.
Yeah, Kyler Murray would have made a heck of an option quarterback, I think.
That he would.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, welcome to the American Athletic Conference. Do you like being in the AAC so far? Army independent in football for so long. Has joined the American, going great so far. You're 3-0 in the American. What do you like about the American?
It was the right time for us to join a conference, and just to have a pathway to the playoff makes us relevant. And if we didn't have a clear path to the playoff, I think we lose some of that relevancy. With the expanded playoff, is important for us to join a league, and in my opinion, this is the best group of 5 league, or best league outside of the major conferences in the country. It's competitive. So many great teams that have represented this conference in the New Year's Six and been the top team in the group of 5. So to join this league is a real honor for us, and we're excited to be a part of the league, and I hope we can perform well. We've managed to win some games, but it's a long season, and we've got to continue to play well. And starting with this week against Tulsa, a very well coached team, a talented team, a big team, and so it'd be a challenge for our players this weekend. We're going to try to get ready.
Well, Jeff, again, welcome to the American Athletic Conference. Welcome to Tulsa this weekend, and thanks for all you do for college football and for America. Army is America's team. The success of the Black Knights has been inspiring for this last decade. So all of college football thanks you.
I thank you. Have a great day. Beat Navy.
You bet. That's enough. That's it for this week, but we'll be back next week for more college footballs. Stay tuned for more TU coverage here on TulsaWorld.com and every day in the Tulsa World. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, Eric, I appreciate it.